when you deliberately or when you intentionally kill someone by any unlawful means or causing unlawful harm to the person, you've committed murder.
So in that case, what then is manslaughter?
So when the murder or when the killing or the death of someone occurs, let me use the word unintentionally. You see, when it comes to murder and manslaughter, as I said earlier, it's a very technical issue. And as a lawyer, when you are handling such a case, you are not even safe yourself.
Ghanaian laws be, reviewed to actually, with respect to manslaughter and then murder, to reflect current justice system.
The law need a lot of work to be done on it, so that at least we will factor so many things into consideration.
Let's say infidelity in a relationship. How does the Ghanaian, a law determine whether it is murder or manslaughter?
An act of infidelity committed in view of the accused. The word underlined over there is in view. Outside prison is the sweetest. Those in prison are wishing to be like you and I.
Hey there, welcome to Chalé GH on IBG Studios, where we break down complex issues for your perusal. Don't forget, the youth is our concern. It's important to know than not to know. Have you heard of the saying, ignorance of the law is not an excuse? Yes, that is true. In Ghana, we have so many issues that pertain to the law. And today on Chalé GH, we want to look at murder and manslaughter in Ghanaian jurisdiction. In the studio today, to help me do this discussion, is my brother from another mother, I will say. I'll let him introduce himself, then we take it from there. Bro, welcome to IBG Studios.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back here once again. All right, I go by the name Abudu Fatau Abiola Achade. Yeah, outside there, I'm known as MC Kashman. Yeah.
All right. Tell us a bit about your portfolio.
Oh,
maybe this might be the first time somebody is watching.
Okay, so I hold a bachelor's degree in public administration.
Okay.
And a master's of arts in governance and leadership, all from GIMPA. Currently, I'm pursuing my LLB at King's University College, and by the grace of God, I'll soon be done with that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Welcome again.
Thank you.
To Chalé GH. Today, we want to discuss manslaughter and murder. Yes, within the Ghanaian law, if I say criminal law.
Yeah.
In the first place, what is murder with respect to Ghanaian criminal law?
Thank you very much. I think today's discussion is actually a bit technical and very complex because it entails a lot. So today I'll probably be reading few things from the Criminal Offences Act. When we talk of murder, according to section 47 of the Criminal Offences Act of 1960 at 29, it is the intentional, is when someone intentionally causes the death of another by any harmful means.
Okay.
Yeah. So what the section is saying, let me read, let me quote the section.
Okay.
Section 47, definition of murder. It says, whoever intentionally causes the death of another person by any unlawful harm is guilty of murder.
Wow.
Unless his crime is reduced to manslaughter by reason of such extreme provocation or other matter of partial excuse as mentioned in section 52. So it means that when you deliberately or when you intentionally kill someone by any unlawful means or causing unlawful harm to the person, you've committed murder.
Okay.
That is what the section 47 is saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means if it is deliberate, intentional, you go with the intention that, look, I'm going to kill this person. Yeah. That is murder.
Absolutely. So With murder, when we want to talk further, we can say it is the premeditation or premeditated killing of somebody.
Okay.
It's like a planned something.
Okay.
Yeah, a planned killing of somebody.
Okay.
It didn't just happen out of nowhere. Like,
Okay.
okay, maybe by mistake. No. So it's intentional.
Okay.
So maybe you've premeditated it, an afterthought. You sat down, orchestrated the whole thing, you've planned it, and then you execute it.
Okay.
So you've committed murder.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So in that case, what then is manslaughter?
So manslaughter has no definite definition.
Okay.
According to the Criminal Offences Act.
Okay.
However, what happens is that when the murder or when the killing or the death of someone occurs, let me use the word unintentionally.
Okay.
So it is more like the subset of murder.
Okay.
Or the junior brother of murder.
Okay.
Because if someone is killed, your offense can be reduced from murder to manslaughter.
Okay.
Based on the situation surrounding the death of the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you draw the line between murder and manslaughter within the Ghanaian law? Because we really want to educate the youth. Yes.
So the distinctive factor between murder and manslaughter is one thing.
Okay.
The mental state of the person who committed the act.
Okay.
That's why I said the intentional killing. So if the killing occurs intentionally, it is murder. But if it is unintentional, so let's take a few examples. Let's say a hunter who has gone to hunt in the night, and in the course of his hunting, obviously you are there to hunt for game. So you see a bush shaking. Normally you don't shout to ask who is there because you are in the bush.
Yeah.
And then you fire a gun there. Upon reaching there, you realize it's a human being. This is manslaughter.
Okay.
It wasn't deliberate. You did not plan it. Maybe as we are seated here, I have a gun loaded with what do you call it, bullet.
Okay.
By mistake, it fires and kills someone. This is manslaughter.
Okay. Okay.
So the difference between the two is basically the mental state of the person committing the crime.
Okay.
Is it a premeditated crime, or it is something that happened out of the blue?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So the intention with the mindset distinguish the two.
Yes.
In either case, someone might die.
Yes.
The first one, which is murder, is when the intention is clear that, look, I'm going to commit this. I plan to do this using this kind of weapon or that.
Yeah.
But manslaughter is whereby, someone dies, but you didn't intentionally do it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So sometimes you see people use words like "we shall see."
Okay.
Words like "I will show you." To you, you've made normal terms, or you've just said something normal. But if you don't take time, those words can be used against you.
Okay.
Even when you've not been seen committing the murder, you've not been seen committing the murder, you threaten the person. We shall see means a threat.
Okay.
So when something happens to that person after, you can be held responsible.
Yeah. Wow. So what is the charge for murder and manslaughter when issues like this come to the law court?
Okay. So as for murder, when you go to Section 46 of the Criminal Offences Act, murder is death.
Okay.
Whoever commits murder shall be liable to death. That's what Section 46 is saying. It has been amended, but I believe going forward, we'll talk about the amendment.
Okay.
But the Act 29, that's what it is saying. Now, manslaughter, on the other hand, has no fixed jail term.
Okay.
It's at the discretion of the court.
Okay.
The discretion of the judge and the jury. And then how your lawyer is able to present your case.
Okay.
So somebody can commit manslaughter and get 8 years somewhere. Somebody can do it somewhere and get 30 years. So it varies. It is not something that is fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So depending on the kind of lawyer you get for your case, that's with respect to manslaughter, you could get minimum or a menial sentence.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say lawyer.
Okay.
The lawyer will play his part, but evidence will also play a huge part. And again, the situations surrounding the incident, right? We have issues of extreme provocation.
Okay.
Then we have self-defense.
Okay.
We have negligence and recklessness. So the law or the court will look at the situation surrounding the death of the person.
Okay.
And decide
Okay.
where how many years you could spend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the case of extreme provocation, what could be the the sentence, if I would say?
Like I said earlier, if I sit here and tell you that, okay, extreme provocation could get you 10 years, I may be mistaken.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's still at the discretion of the court.
Okay.
Extreme provocation somewhere can get you 10. It can get somebody 15 somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Because extreme provocation may happen to the two of us, but the situation surrounding yours may still vary from mine.
Okay.
And you see that word extreme provocation in criminal, what do you call it? Criminal law, it has a lot of interpretation. It has a lot of interpretation. Because extreme provocation instantly is also another issue. Okay. Extreme provocation, you've walked in or the thing happened, then you abandon it and you go away. Okay. Then later you go and commit the act. Even that one will not be manslaughter. It is an afterthought. So you'll be pushed to murder.
Okay.
So with the issue of extreme provocation, it varies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about recklessness and negligence?
Okay. So these are two terminologies.
Okay.
When we say negligence, that is disregard for human life.
Okay.
Right? Everyone has a duty to care. So when you breach that duty, then negligence sets in.
Okay.
And then recklessness is when you foresee the risk, but you decide to take it. Or when you foresee the threat, but you decide to go ahead with it.
Okay.
So when it happens that way, the law will weigh the two and decide your term.
Okay.
Let me give an example. A driver who, let's say, recklessly kill passengers or kill people on the pedestrian walk will face manslaughter. That is negligence.
Okay.
Because as a driver loaded with passengers, you have a duty to ensure they reach their destination safely. So if out of your own recklessness, the passengers could not reach their destination, then we refer to it as negligence.
Okay.
Then we have medical negligence.
Okay.
Perhaps you've been given overdose of medicine by a doctor or a nurse leading to your death. Perhaps you're supposed to be given medicine at a particular point in time and nobody attended to you, leading to your death. This is all negligence. Okay. That can amount to manslaughter.
Okay. So with such cases, how many years? Or does that also depends?
It's also at the discretion of the court.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's at the discretion of the court. Apart from manslaughter, apart from murder,
okay,
which is death in the Criminal Offences Act of 1960.
Okay.
Manslaughter, till date, there's no fixed term.
Okay.
So there's nothing like, okay, out of provocation, this number of years, out of negligence, this number of years. No. It is at the discretion of the court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mentioning of death sentence for a murder case, I thought with the Ghanaian law, they're trying to look at taking that one out.
Yes. So at the material moment, there have been an amendment.
Okay.
And the last time Ghana executed somebody was, I think, the early 90s, 91, 92, 93. From 1993 coming, even though the court always passed the death sentence. But one thing with death sentence is that the president of the day must sign for the death, for the action to be taken, whether firing squad or whatever. But no president since that 1993 till now has assented to anybody's death sentence.
Okay.
What happens is they rather reduce it to manslaughter.
Okay.
So the Criminal Offences Act of the Criminal Offences Amendment Act 2022, as assented to in August 2023, took away death sentence from our system or our criminal system. So what we have right now is life imprisonment.
Okay.
Yeah. So anybody who commits murder gets life imprisonment from now going instead of death.
Wow. And I think this has been the handiwork of human rights advocates who think nobody has the right to take away the life of another person. But Ghanaians might think that no, in some cases of murder, when someone kills somebody, that person too must be killed.
Well, personally, from where I sit, if you ask me, I believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Okay.
So you kill somebody, you get killed.
Okay.
But like you said, we are in an era where human rights is everywhere. So you kill somebody, the person is buried and gone. And even though you are in prison, you are still living.
Yeah.
And with this life imprisonment, along the line, when they realize maybe you are a changed person and all those things, you see those people in prison, he's now a church elder, he's now this and that. The next thing is that government sign, say amnesty.
Okay.
I read a case, I think in Nigeria. The lady spent only 5 years. She killed her husband, but she spent only 5 years. Okay. And the president of Nigeria today, Tinubu, granted her amnesty. So she's free. But you've killed somebody. Wow. So it should be life, death sentence. Okay. You take life, yours is taken. Case closed. Yeah.
All right, I hear. Now, with the lawyers, what are some of the challenges they face in handling murder and manslaughter cases?
Wow. You see, when it comes to murder and manslaughter, as I said earlier, it's a very technical issue. And as a lawyer, when you are handling such a case, you are not even safe yourself. They go through a lot of challenges. Number one, that is issue of, what do we call it? Being able to prove mens rea. Mens rea is a Latin word which talks about the mindset, okay, or the intention. For you to be able to prove that, okay, it was a premeditated murder or it was out of nowhere and it happened. So maybe you are pleading manslaughter. It's a very Herculean task. That is one of the challenges.
Okay.
Good. And then issue of evidence and forensics. One thing is that Ghana will lack the capacity to conduct proper forensic examination. When you go out of Ghana, let's say the diaspora, a crime can happen in this studio. We all can live here. But forensic experts will come here. They will reset up this place and be able to determine how the crime occurred. Look for fingerprints. Look for blood stains. There are things forensic experts will identify at a crime scene to be able to establish a case. But in Ghana here, I'm not saying we don't have that. We have it, but the capacity to go deeper is not there. That's another challenge. And sometimes to delay in trials. I'll give you an example. There's this case of the murder of the former member of parliament for one of the Ebuakwa constituencies in the eastern region, JB Dankwa. This incident happened 2016, and as at now, the guy is still on remand. The supposed accused, is alleged, nobody has seen him doing it. He's still on remand. How many years now? So this alone is a challenge for you, the lawyer. And another one is the issue of Ahmed Suale. Upon all the up and down, eventually the current Attorney General discontinued the case. So the delay in trial and the long remand of these things is another issue. It's a challenge to the lawyer.
Okay.
Again, sometimes you, the lawyer, your safety is even a problem. You see, one thing is that the Ghanaian mind do not understand that even if the accused is seen with the human head, he still has the right to a lawyer. He is never guilty until proven so. Our law says that an accused person is innocent until proven guilty. In other jurisdiction, is guilty until proven innocent.
Wow.
You understand me? I'll give you an example. There's this case I'm following about the killing of an immigration officer.
Yeah.
In, I think, this year.
Yes.
I've been following the case. And when I look at the way the immigration officer's family treats the lawyer of the accused person, especially when the last time I saw the lawyer, he was being guarded by policemen.
Yeah.
And the family members were cursing him. And You don't understand what he's doing. That is the mandate of the law.
Yeah.
The fact that the person has committed a crime allegedly, because till now he has not been proven guilty, doesn't mean he should be carried and thrown into jail. He has to go through the process. We have to establish the prima facie, evidence that he has committed a crime.
Okay.
So when you are attacking the lawyer, and you can imagine what they do to the lawyer in the open. So you don't be surprised, even if they know his house, some of these family members can go there and harm him or his family. So in murder and manslaughter cases, it's a whole lot of challenges the lawyers go through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
These are just few that I've mentioned. We have many more of them.
Yeah. Okay. So should the Ghanaian laws be, reviewed to actually, with respect to manslaughter and then murder, to reflect current justice system?
Yes. Even though there have been amendments to the Criminal Offences Act, I still believe that there is room for improvement.
Okay.
The law needs a lot of work to be done on it.
Okay.
So that at least we will factor so many things into consideration. A typical example is we only look at the physical acts leading to, murder or manslaughter. Okay, assault, battery, maybe infidelity, etc. The law is not paying much attention to the mental state, that is the psychological causes of murder or death, the emotional causes of murder and death. So we need to amend the law, or we need to put in some reform to factor that in. The only part where the law made reference to maybe emotional or psychological has to do with a postpartum trauma. According to the laws of Ghana, I think under section 53, when a woman gives birth, the law assumes that for the first 1 year after birth, she can develop any mental, disorder at any time.
Okay.
So even when she kills the baby, right? When the woman kills the baby between 1 month to 12 months, whether intentionally or unintentionally, she'll be charged for manslaughter.
Not murder.
Not murder. Because that's what we call it postpartum trauma.
Wow.
After birth. The trauma that comes to women after birth.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, our law has not fixed, a definite sentence for manslaughter. It's a weakness. When you go to rape, we say 5 years to 25 years. Defilement, 7 years to 25 years. And there are other offenses or criminal offenses that have definite, terms that can be given to you. Okay. So I think we've reached where we need to have a reform where at least our laws can have that definite jail term for manslaughter. Okay. Because the disparity is too much. Same offense being committed, one court is giving somebody 10 years, another is giving somebody 25 or 30 years. You understand me? And then we also need to improve our investigation and forensics. It is very important. And I would even advise lawyers that after everything, take some course in forensics.
Okay.
That is one thing I would do. Yeah. So that I wouldn't have to rely so much on testimonies from witnesses or the prosecution's evidence. Yes, the prosecution, you have done the investigation. You are bringing your evidence. But I have to go there myself. I have to conduct investigation. When you are facing someone one-on-one and you shoot the person and the bullet ends up in the person's armpit and you are saying he commits the murder, there is a question to be answered. Yes, he shot a gun, but there could be a gunshot from another place leading to the person's death. So it's a whole lot of issues. We need to improve our forensics and our investigation. And then our cases, this delay in trying cases is another thing we need to have reforms on. So that at least as early as possible, issues can be, determined, and then judgment passed. So that the family of the accused person can go and rest.
Okay.
These are some of the reforms. There are many others.
So do you think we need technology and science in this modern day and era to make things much easier for us? Because sometimes you watch these, movies, if I would say, from the Western side, you see how they easily try to solve issues of such nature.
Science and technology is very key, or is very important in issues of murder and manslaughter.
Okay.
It will help you. In fact, science and technology has done a lot. So when you factor it in, I know right now they are using it, but when we have more sophisticated ones, it will make things easy.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of them could be having CCTV cameras all over. When you have CCTV cameras everywhere, it helps lower the burden of investigation on you. What you need to do is, okay, the crime has occurred here. You just play the footages and you know what happened. So science and tech, yes,
It's
we
a
need
plus. I believe this video will go far and get to our leaders who have the power and authority to make sure they get us these, gadgets to help make things much easier for us when it comes to these kind of cases.
it. Absolutely.
Now, in human relationships, a man and a woman, sometimes things get out of hand, and one way or the other, one might lose their life. And I think recently there was an incident at Kaswa where, a woman or a man and a woman, the woman first had or used a knife on the man, and then later he also took it and finished the case off. In such a case, how does the law, determine whether it is a manslaughter or murder?
Okay. That is domestic violence.
Okay.
If I'm right, you're talking of issues of murder and manslaughter in relation to domestic violence.
Yes.
Basing my argument on the Kaswa case you've given, we can talk about self-defense.
Okay.
But then our law, the Ghanaian law, has given strict conditions for self-defense. Self-defense is not just self-defense. Oh, okay, he was coming to and then I defended myself, but he's dead, you are alive. No. So with what you are saying, that a woman first took knife and stabbed a man. The man, so when we're conducting investigation, the man has his own injury, which obviously he did not give it to himself. It was as a result of the woman stabbing him. That would definitely be manslaughter.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can say it happens out of provocation. That is extreme provocation. Okay. However, the man can argue, or his lawyer can stand in court and say he was defending himself. So under self-defense, two key words will be looked at. One, reasonability or necessity. Two, proportionality. Reasonability or necessity means for you to defend yourself, was it necessary? So as we are seated here, the door is locked. So if we are in this studio and you are attacking me and there is no exit, then it is necessary for me to what? Defend myself. That is necessity.
Okay.
But when I know that there is exit, I can easily run away. Sometimes people misunderstand the word self-defense. So you end up acting and you go to court and say self-defense, but you end up in jail. When you could have run away, let people say you were a coward. Man and his wife are having, my grandfather told me, he said, when you're having issues with your woman, just take a shirt, put it on your shoulder and get out of the house. Yes. Because the women can go to the stream, beat me, touch and see. So issue of self-defense is very critical. So that is necessity or reasonability. When there is available way to walk away, just do it.
Okay.
But proportionality also comes in. What is proportionality? Your means of defending yourself should be proportional with the threat.
How do you do that?
Technicalities. That's why I said criminal law, when it comes to murder and manslaughter, is very technical. Most people feel like, I say when we go to court and we say self-defense, at least our case can be justified. It's a lie. You have to prove beyond reasonable doubts why you think self-defense was necessary. Now, issue of proportionality. Let's say someone hits you with a fist, which we call blow in Ghana here. And the next minute you pull a gun and you shoot the person. It's not proportional. The man used his hand. You have a hand. Someone is holding a small knife to threaten you. You pull a gun and you shoot. It's not proportional. So it says that the force you are applying should be proportional to the threat. You remove a gun when a gun is pointed at you. You take a knife when a knife is taken. You use your fist when a fist is used. You pick a stone when a stone is picked. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So most people who rely on, okay, it was self-defense, you will lose the case.
Okay.
Because self-defense, you can't just say it in a vacuum and expect the court to say, okay, since she took the cutlass or she took the knife first to stab him, then that's fine. He has not committed any crime. It's a lie.
Wow.
It must be reasonable and it must be proportional. Yeah.
I have challenge with the proportionate aspect. Now,
Okay.
knowing that if you are to fight a fellow man, he punches you, you feel that the punch that came from this man is actually very heavy, and I can't retaliate with that kind of punch. If I could use, a stick or a stone, why shouldn't I?
Okay. So earlier, before I came to proportionality, I talked about reasonability or
Yes.
necessity.
Mhm.
If you think you cannot fight them, what are you standing there for? What happens to your legs? Run away. Because the law will look at the option available before
Okay.
you responding to his
Okay.
threat.
Okay.
The fight is happening in the open. You say the man has hit you, so you want to show that you are a man. You can't run away. My brother, your legs are there. Make use of it. That's what I'm saying. That let people refer to you as a coward
Okay.
than for you to respond to his threat with extreme force.
Okay.
Because if he uses his fist and you are holding a cutlass, that is extreme. It's way beyond what he has hit you with.
Okay.
He's not holding any weapon. So when you set in for weapon, then we call it extreme force.
Okay. Okay.
You understand me? That is extreme. So I think that's somewhere section 44, 43, 44 of the Criminal Offences Act. That is extreme.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. My viewers, don't forget this is Chalé GH, and trust me, we are looking at manslaughter and murder. Don't forget that ignorance of the law is never an excuse. I believe you are learning a whole lot from this discussion we're having with Comrade Abiola Kashman. Yes, trust me, knowing this really will save you a whole lot. The last part that he said that if you meet a fellow, friend or comrade, and in the exchange of, blows, you can't take it, better run away than to take a stick to hit,
Simple.
cost, somebody's life and end up in jail. All right. In the cases of passion or provocation, let's say infidelity in a relationship, how does the Ghanaian, law determine whether it is murder or manslaughter?
Okay. First of all, the word relationship, I would like to put it right. The law does not recognize relationship.
Okay.
The law recognizes marriage. That is why most marriages are registered with the court.
Okay.
Fine. Now, provocation in this regard, one of the conditions attached to it, when you go to section 53C of the Criminal Offences Act, it says an act of infidelity committed in view of the accused. The word underlined over there is in view of the accused. Now, you walk in onto your partner with another man or another woman. Whatever happens over there can never be taken as murder. It's manslaughter.
Wow.
But what may happen or what will lead to you being charged for murder is after seeing that you did not react, you walk away. Maybe after 3-4 hours, before you follow the man or the woman to his or her house to go and commit a crime there, or before you come back to the house to deal with your partner, that is murder.
Okay.
Well, the law gives room for extreme provocation leading to loss of self-control. So the law will examine the situation. Supposing this incident happens to any man or any woman catching his or her partner in bed with another person, in your situation, can you control yourself? No.
No.
So the law will examine that. So whatever you do in that situation will make your case to be, even though it's intentional that you've killed somebody, but your issue will be weighed at manslaughter. But when you have enough time to breathe over the issue, you've gone to rest, and then now plan how to revenge, then it means it is now going to be taken as premeditated.
Okay.
So it's murder.
Okay.
I don't know if you are getting me.
Yeah.
It's murder. So if it happens right after you catch them and then whatever you do over there, it's straightforward manslaughter.
Okay.
Because the law says that is extreme provocation leading to loss of self-control.
Okay.
And this issue will be weighed. If it is a man, other men would like it to be weighed with other men. If it were you, what can you do at that moment? Definitely you can't control yourself. So that provocation is referred to as extreme provocation. So make sure whatever you are doing is at that moment when you catch them, not after the incident happened and then you cool off and you go back and do something. That is murder.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have heard of a situation when a man, came to meet the wife and, a side guy, if I would say, and then he did not do anything to her. He left the room. Later on, he came back in the evening. He didn't say anything to her. He ate the food. He went to sleep. The following morning, the woman had hanged herself. In such a case, what will be the charge, if I'll say?
Technical case. But then one thing I believe in is proper investigation can, rescue the man.
Okay.
Because trust me, once it's been confirmed that you caught her in an act of infidelity, and whether you said something or you did not say anything, it's just the two of you in the house. So it's really very technical.
Okay.
Unless we're able to, because you see, you said the woman hanged herself.
Yes, out of guilt.
Yes, today people commit suicide through hanging. And before you know, the law will end up, or investigation will reveal that the person was killed and hanged to make it look like a suicide. But then when it comes to investigation, from where I sit, a proper investigator should be able to determine whether the hanging occurred directly or the person was killed before being hanged.
Okay.
There are things you look at to know, okay, this hanging, the person did it herself or himself. No, this one, he was killed before being hanged. If you appear on a dead body and there is no, excuse my words, feces on the person, someone cannot hang himself without defecating on himself. Even the tank, the positioning of the tank will tell you whether it was done by the person or the person was killed before being brought over there.
Wow.
So with this case, you are saying, it's only God and proper investigation. If not, the man will be in hot waters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that in that case, it is better that when you come to see something of that nature, you should react.
Not necessarily.
Because I think that everybody and how he controls himself or manages situations.
Yes.
In his case, he came to meet the wife and another man in their matrimonial, bed. And he decided not to say anything at all. He left them and then came back later in the evening. He ate the food she prepared. He ate, he slept, he didn't say anything to her. The following morning, he woke up and she had hanged herself.
You see, the law is, like I keep saying, very technical.
Mm-hmm.
The man can be a contributory factor. Even if it is established that the woman actually hanged herself, he contributed to it.
How?
His silence alone is a weapon fashioned against the woman.
So he will be charged for murder or manslaughter?
He may not necessarily be charged for murder or manslaughter if the prosecution is able to establish that the woman killed herself.
Okay.
But definitely he will be blamed.
Okay.
Or he will have to face some punishment. So like you are saying, everyone in how they manage the situation. The best thing is when you walk out, don't come back.
Okay.
Family members are there, whatever it is, talk to people. But for you to keep quiet, you are a weapon fashioned against the woman.
All right. This, I think, was sent to me. I want to read it to you. It says, how much weight does the law give to psychological or emotional abuse when assessing intent or provocation in these cases?
All right. So I think in one of my submissions, I made mention that we need a reform
Okay.
where we can factor in psychological and emotional abuses when dealing with murder and manslaughter.
Okay.
The law has not really paid much attention to that. The law only appears to deal with the physical part of murder and manslaughter, assault, battery, what do we call it, provocation and other things. So Ghanaian law, in as much as it gave some weight to murder and manslaughter, a lot has not been done.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the areas, as I gave earlier on, is the postpartum example I gave.
Yeah.
That one obviously is something has to do with the mindset of a woman who has given birth to a child. But I believe that we still have to do more because enough has not been done when it comes to that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as we wrap up this discussion, I'm sure there are some people with some, questions they would like to, ask at the right time.
Yeah.
What will be your last, words to the youth that we have today? The youth of nowadays take things just for granted. They just see things and they mostly look at what is happening on social media and just act. What last word do you have for my youth?
All right. What I can say is I always believe in walking away. Missy Teddy, I can't remember the last time I even fought with somebody. I always believe in walking away. Don't try to prove a point to everybody and end up being alone. If you think that no matter how provoked you are, once somebody is dead, you go for manslaughter.
Wow.
So don't say, I was angry. And then people have this mindset of, okay, if my lawyer tells, maybe my lawyer can go to court and say, maybe I have mental issues. It's a lie. If you go to court and say, okay, you kill somebody because you have mental issues, we'll go and do examination. If indeed you have mental issues, the court will authorize for you to be examined. So it's not just anything you go and, even that self-defense is under strict conditions. So the best option is self-control, anger management, walk away when the need be, and save yourself. Because life outside prison is the sweetest. Those in prison are wishing to be like you and I. There's nothing in prison. And with murder and manslaughter, no matter how long it takes, I think this week I heard of a case of Elisha Mahama who killed the HR of a hotel in a Wa.
Yeah.
No matter how long, no matter where you think you've run away to, the law will catch up with you. And then you eventually face the law.
All right.
Run away when there need be. Stay calm. Then let tempest come.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kashman. I'll be maybe contacting you for some MC tutorials. Don't forget, this has been Chalé GH on IBG Studios. Today we learned about manslaughter and murder. Trust me, what I learned is that if for any reason at all you think you can't, face somebody, please run away rather than take something to hurt someone and at the end of the day kill him or her and end up in jail. It's better to enjoy your freedom than being confined at one place. Until we meet again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. All social media handles, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Chalé GH on IBG Studios. It's your boy, Patinko Starboy. Bye-bye.